long day. You know, if you come into my live, please smash that like button, hit them likes, hit that share button. Go to my YouTube channel and hit subscription. Figure we come in and talk about a little bit today. With that being said, let's get busy. So, we come up, get it right here in a second. All right, here we go. Try to be my own producer and try to do this shit something, man. So, anyway, I just want to get a big shout out to Brandon Aubrey, as I made a video the other day that he finally got paid, and I kind of figured it was going to happen. So I made a short video about it. I also made a video, I think it's Saturday, about it. They actually fooled me because I thought they wouldn't. They probably give him about 14 million guarantee, but they ended up getting him 20 million guarantee. So congratulations, Brandon Aubrey, the highest paid kicker in the history of NFL. If you're coming in, please tell me if you can hear my mic okay, if everything sounds okay. So it sounds good in my ear and my gauges are all going, but sometimes this shit can get wonky, man. So you know how that goes. So the big story of the day. Stephen Jones in his press conference. And myself included, and us Cowboy fans, man, we lost our damn minds. I mean, we did, dude. But there's parts of that I had to come home and really look at that interview and watch that conference. And yeah, thanks, Rose. I appreciate that. To see what the big hoopla was, and it sounded kind of rough, man. But the one thing that I really took from that conference is that they have talked to Dave Mulagetter, as I call him. I mean, they talked to him last week. They said they had a productive call, and that they know that they want Pickens to play on the franchise tag this year. Now, I'm not all for that. I would really love to see him get a good deal, but here's the thing. This is Jerry Jones we're dealing with. And we've been dealing with this shit for how many years now? It's been pretty rough. But this is the way he does business. And it ain't just, he does it with everybody. I mean, DeMarcus Lawrence, Tony Pollard, Dak Prescott twice. I mean, the list goes on of the people he franchise tags. Now, I myself, I know that Pickens is going to be here for the 2026 season, and we'll see how it goes from there. I personally do not see him not signing it, and who knows what can happen between now and then. But for what I took, they are set on them playing on that tag this year. So this is what we got to deal with, and man. This is the thing, and it's annoying. If you are not drafted by the Cowboys, chances are you're really not going to get a long-term contract, because honestly, you're just not one of their guys. And I hate that, but it's just the way it is. CeeDee Lamb was one of their guys. Prescott's one of their guys. Lawrence was one of their guys. Pollard never got a contract, but he was one of their guys, but we don't know how this is going to work out. I personally hope Pickens is here for at least a couple more years, because I just don't want to see Dak have to start over, man, with having this kind of firepower at his age. So I really don't want to see that. But I've been going through the video here, so let's just check it out and see what he says. Let me shut me off here.
They want to tell you, they can tell you. You can ask them. No assurances. I mean, just like there's no assurances on other players. And everybody, that's why it's the off season and it's voluntary. You know, it just turns out that we've been very fortunate over the years that people love to make their homes here in Dallas, and for the most part, we have great attendance at our voluntary on our voluntary programs. But no, we have no assurances of that.
Scotty had asked Micah last year to come for the first day. Have you done the same with George?
I will. I have not.
He will explain that here in a second,
We're
Rose.
starting, obviously, on Monday, but had great conversation with George, and again, I look forward to him kicking ass this year.
I think you might share with him what you shared with me on his workouts. He's been working out.
Yeah, throwing with Dak. He loves it here, and you guys get a chance to talk to him, obviously. But I think we're thrilled with what he did. We're looking forward to another great year. What was really cool for me in our conversations with him was him talking about taking the next step as a leader. And the influence that he has on this locker room is very powerful because he loves playing football so much, and that's what we love about George. And so, but I will reach out and talk to him. But again, it's all voluntary, and guys will be in and out for different reasons.
Steve, how does that decision influence the way you might view the availability of a receiver that you like in the draft?
That
That's
right
all
there,
part of
man,
the
is
global
what kind of
picture.
irritates
Obviously,
me right there,
that's
because
the
that's a
point.
big possibility they could do that.
Certainly, you're always looking at that. I mean, it's just like we did when we took CeeDee Lamb. We had some really good receivers on this team, but we took him. And certainly, be no different as we look at the board and, our number gets called to pick, and we'll make that decision at that point. But we're certainly not opposed to taking the best player on our board. I mean, that's usually where we've had our most success, is doing that. As Jerry said, we were all set to go defense, and in that particular draft, and CeeDee Lamb was sitting there, and that's the guy we went with. And it's
Yeah, you
turned out
couldn't
to be
help
a
that,
great-
man.
great
Really
selection
couldn't.
for us.
George hasn't signed the tender yet. Is that the case? He hasn't signed.
He
right?
hadn't signed.
Okay, so what does that mean for when it becomes, mini camp and they're supposed to be here, but he's not under contract? So
He's not under contract.
So would you expect him to sign it before then, or do you have any idea?
That's up to George and David in terms of the decision they ultimately make.
Okay.
Stephen, when was the last time you actually did talk to George?
Me personally, it's been a minute. Now, Jerry and Shotty had a meeting with him as of late.
It was good. The thing that George knows about Jerry and myself is we're very upfront and we're honest. We had great conversation. We informed him. We think that that's important because that's the way we handle all of our players and coaches. We're upfront and we're honest.
And then Jerry and I had a call with David last week.
In a hypothetical situation, let's say someone like George has, do you pick up the phone and call George and give him a heads up before you do it, or how does that look in order to make sure that everybody is copacetic?
We don't want to get into the weeds like that today. I mean, obviously, as we get ready for this draft, we'll have a lot of options, and we'll obviously address those type of situations. If
Got
they
a feeling
happen
that
to come
might
about.
just piss
And,
him off.
Certainly, we go over all our contingencies and how we would handle something or what we would do, but to get into the detail of that, I don't think is productive today.
You said that you and Jerry had a call with David last week. Is that the first time you guys have talked to David? I mean, this has been a storyline for last year. And how did that go?
No, it went real well. Super cordial. Obviously, he can speak to it as well in terms of what his view of it was, but it was very cordial, and we call went on for 5-10 minutes, and it was very productive, I thought.
And that concludes the GP portion of the pre-draft press conference. So let's move on. Sydney?
Sydney Staples, D210 Sports.
Let's speed it up a little
There's
bit
good
here,
players throughout the draft. I will say that this draft is probably
because I think he mentioned something here in a minute.
Sherrington, Dallas Morning News. If you can't trade up, can you still get an impact player on defense at 12?
I mean, that remains to be seen. I wish I had a crystal ball, but if we get an impact offensive player that's special, then that's great too. And I think we'll look at all our options at that point, but I do think that remains to be seen. I can't necessarily say, oh yeah, for sure there's going to be one there. No, No.
And I know you said you don't like to trade future draft picks, but considering the fact that you would expect to be better next year, right? That maybe trading next year's picks would be more attractive than trading this year's to go up?
Well, I would always, it's what I said. I mean, every situation's different. The preference is not to, but if the right situation's there, then we would certainly consider it.
We like Quinn Williams and George Pickens. We traded future picks for them.
Yes.
Last two, Clarence.
Man, I got two.
No, not you. Todd.
At 12.
No.
And I know you said you don't like to trade future draft picks, but considering the fact that you would expect to be better next year, right? That maybe trading next year's picks would be more attractive than trading this year's to go up?
Well, I would always, it's what I said. I mean, every situation's different. The preference is not to, but if the right situation's there, then we would certainly consider it.
We like Quinn Williams and George Pickens. We traded future picks for them.
Yes.
Last two, Clarence.
Man, I got two.
Yeah.
You usually give us a number, though.
Yeah.
So, Secretary Shadi, can you give us an update on the injured guys and where they are?
And they're working with Britt and Jim, and, they're totally focused on getting back and as early as possible. Now, you always have the...
Anyway, from what I took from it, man, is that he hasn't been with the Cowboys long enough, I guess, to get a big long-term contract, man. That's what I heard him say that in the conference, in the press conference, and one of the scenes. I'd have to go through and really look to see which one it was. I think it was somewhere around the 35-minute mark, maybe. I don't know. But that's the way I took it. He's just flat out said he's not been here, basically been here long enough, and he needs to be here a little bit longer before they want to give him extend him out for a few years. So that right there tells me I just don't think they're probably going to keep him past this year. I hate to say that's a possibility. If he's just going to play on the tag, and everybody wants to go with scenarios like, is he going to nitpick around? I don't know, because they really say he likes it here. Of course, we've not heard him say that, but the part I do like is the fact that they have talked to Dave Mulugata, and that's something that I really didn't really see coming, because, obviously Jerry talks to agents. He just don't talk to that agent. He just hasn't talked to that agent, and all of a sudden he is talking to that agent, according to what Steven just said. So that's a plus, I guess. But yeah, I think we need to take a chill for a minute. Let this play out the way it's going to, because we've got him this year. He's not going to. I know everybody's like saying, well, he doesn't play on the David Mulugata. Guys don't play on the franchise tag. Well, Pickens is still the boss of that situation. So if he wants to play for $27.3 million in guaranteed money, I say he's going to play that. Because the way I understand it, that if he don't, he'll start not getting game checks, which would be like $1.2 million each game or some shit. So I really don't think him. Rose in the conference, in the press conference, there was one situation where they said, well, are they afraid that he will not step up? And they flat out said Dak Prescott will not let that happen. So Dak is he said that Dak's taken up his leadership role for doing this, and that's our quarterback, man. So kudos to Dak. So if Dak's being right there to coach him along, because Dak signed 2 franchise tags. He didn't sign just one; he signed 2, and he excelled, and all of a sudden he became the highest paid quarterback in the history of the highest paid player in the history of the NFL. So it all played out for him, and I hope I'm not lagging too much here, but anyway, this is the conference. This is the press conference. I wanted to come home. I wanted to watch it. I wanted to share it with all you guys a little bit. I wanted to come live on tonight as a test because I'm still new to this software. That's why I haven't been going live. I've been trying to work this studio software out a little bit, and being my own producer and the shit I got to sit here and do, it's a trip. So, and I'm trying to get better. So that's why I do a lot of uploads. That way I can do all the editing and ain't got to worry about this shit of freezing up and lagging and all that. So I hope everything's coming out, that I'm sounding okay, that everybody's seeing the video okay. But so I think we need to take a breath and know that this is still a business, and that it's going to play itself out. And we got George Pickens for this year and possibly next, because the franchise tags want to go up next year. Now we're just wanting to sign him because honestly, it makes more sense to sign him because it just makes more sense to sign him because of the cap hit. All right, you can give him a long-term contract right now and pay him probably somewhere around $50 million in guaranteed money here. I don't know, I'm just saying scenarios, and not be that much towards the cap because you can do it in a signing bonus. It just makes sense to sign him. But if they want to pay him in franchise, that's between George and his agent and Jerry. So we'll have to let this play out. Yeah, Brandon, we're trying to get better, but we got a little old dude, man, that has been running this team for a long time. So, and he does it his way. No, but Rose, I wanted Tony Romo to get us a Super Bowl so bad, but he had to fight the same damn GM, same damn owner. Jerry does things his ways, and it's not always right. it's let's just cut it to the chase. It's never right, man. So, but he does it his way. Now, I'm not saying he ain't never put no damn team on that field that can play, because he has. We've had some really good teams. Brandon's a former worker, a co-worker of mine, Rose. He likes to come on here and give me some shit about the Cowboys, but he does come on, so I appreciate him coming out. Please hit them like buttons. I appreciate that. But yeah, man. So us Cowboy fans have got to take a chill for a little bit, relax, and yeah, it's annoying, and it sucks. It really sucks, man.
Oh, hell no.
It sucks so bad. You just want to let Della unleash.
Kiss my
there you go,
ass.
Man. So before all that, Steven said all that. Bill Clinton had entered the press conference, and him and Jerry walked off together, man. So then they started asking about the George Pickens scenario, because I wish Jerry would have been there to answer that, to be honest. But because it was just 2 weeks ago that Jerry was saying at the coaches meeting, I think it was in Florida, I'm not real sure, but in that meeting 2 weeks ago on that press conference, he flat out said that Pickens is a big part of what they want to do moving forward, man. So I really wish he'd have been in that room when that question was asked, and but it was Steven, and maybe he is. Brandon, you know what really scares me about that scenario right there is Steven being the owner of this team. I call him Steven Dollar Bill Jones for a reason. He doesn't want to pay nobody. So when he is actually in full control of that team, I say it's going to get worse. It's going to get a lot worse. So, I think, honestly, I just still want to believe that Jerry wants one more run. I just believe it because honestly, the things he's done this year, no shit. Because some of the things he's done this year, Brandon, it's been different. It's been really different. I mean, honestly, the fact that boom, right off the bat, they did franchise tag Pickens and they signed Javonte Williams right off the bat. Went on day one, started going after free agents. Then made a trade. They traded Oso Digazua away to get a 3rd round pick, and also brought in a free agent in Jalen Thompson. Signed him for 3 years, and then made a few other trades and picked up some guys in the secondary. Kobe Durant is somebody we're not even talking about yet, and I think he's going to be a really, really solid corner out there, man. So I'm ready to see that. PJ Locke, I'm ready to see what he can bring in the rotation. Not to mention what Christian Parker is going to be able to do with some of the guys that we've got. Guys like I think is Carson and Butler and let's say Reddy, and hopefully we can get our boy shit. Can you believe that? I forgot my star corner's name. I'm tired, man. So Mr. Pick Six. We're hoping he becomes a actual better corner, man. So where he can actually bat balls down, because all those pick sixes that Deron Bland got, man, was kind of spoiled us, man, to be honest. Because I'd really like to see him actually play some good corner and bat some balls down, get the guys off on 3rd down. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, those pick sixes are there, take them and go. Hell yes, take them and go. But it really kind of spoiled us, man, because you're thinking, okay, he's gonna pick six this some bitch somewhere. Then all of a sudden he's getting burned, and all of a sudden we got 2 years of him not getting no pick sixes and not doing shit, but getting his ass burned, man. So I'm hoping that Christian Parker can turn him into a really solid corner, because he just got $80 million, man. So damn, become a corner. The Colts don't pick till the 2nd round, do they, Brandon? I don't think. I don't know. I have not looked at the list, because I have my mock draft. I just did the first round only, because fuck all that, man. I'm serious. Fuck all that shit, dude. That doing the first round's enough for me, because hell, I did mine old school way. I took a damn Excel worksheet and actually did film work on some of this shit, man. So I honestly think the Colts got screwed and given up that 1st round pick for what's his name from the Jets. I really think that they gave way too much for him. They gave two 1st round picks for him. Yeah, he's a solid corner, but he ain't solid, man, if he's going to be sitting there hurt all the time, man. So I think the Colts give way too much for him, but we'll see how it turns out for him. I mean, because it is what it is. I hope he turns out to be better than what he was, but yeah. I'm just shocked that he's continued to be the GM all this time too, man. I'm not a big Chris Ballard fan at all. I mean, he's done some good things with the Colts, obviously, but I'm just not a big fan of him at all. Yeah, Bill Polian, he is not, man. He did not come in and fucking do anything like that dude did. So, that dude put together a fucking Super Bowl caliber team, man. So, and not to say that they didn't. I mean, he didn't put no damn offensive line around Luck. So that's where that went bad. I mean, when you got your quarterback getting ruptured spleens and shit, man, that's all kinds of fucked up, man. So he should have, and by the time he got an offensive line for him, man, he was ready to retire at 29 years old.
Oh hell no!
Damn, and he was a solid quarterback. I really was an Andrew Luck fan, so I really did. But I will be going to the Colts and Cowboys game this year, man. They're coming to Indy, so I will be at that game. Believe that shit, and I'll be I'll be live. I'll be live on Facebook right there in the game, man. Believe that shit. I'm gonna get my tickets here as soon as I go on sale, but they are coming to Indy this year, and I will be at that game. Are you going, Brandon? Yeah, I thought so. Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to be there. Cowboys come to town. I'm definitely going to be there. Last time they came, it didn't turn out too good for me, but that was back in 2018, and they were in the middle of a big old win streak down the stretch. They started the season off 3-5 that year, made a trade and brought in Amari Cooper, and they ended up winning 7 of their last 8 games of the season. And the one goddamn game they fucking lost, the Colts. 25-0. I was so pissed that day. God, man, they just looked like stir-fried shit that day. It was, I think it was like, maybe it was 27-0, something like that. It was terrible. It was not a good day. So my buddy Chuck, he really wanted to give me shit about that one, but because I really thought the Cowboys were going to win out and was going to the playoffs and was going to. I thought that was going to be Dak's first solid year at possibly getting to an NFC Championship, because they had that playoff game against the Seahawks, and then yeah. And the Cowboys look like, hell yeah, they're ready. Then they go against the Rams, went to the Rams play, and god damn, the Rams ran all over them that day. Just exposed the Cowboys, what they been fighting for 30-some years, and that was stopping the run. Now we got a fucking team that can stop the run, and now we got to fix the damn pass rush. Make it make sense. Because if I had it my way, I would still trade one of these goddamn picks in the first round and try to get me. You know who I want. I've been on it. I've been all over YouTube. I'm all over TikTok. It's Max Crosby. He's on the trade block. The Cowboys made a legit play at him. I just think they ought to revisit that, man. And I've been holding on to that for. Here we're getting close to the drafts tomorrow, but obviously it's looking like Cowboys are going to make their splash in the draft. But yeah, that was a painful memory, Rose. It was a painful memory. And I was sitting right there in the damn seats, and I was actually giving Colts fans all kinds of shit before the game. Yeah, we're going to rock your world. And boy, they were throwing popcorn at me before the night was over. It was definitely a painful memory. And that's another thing I want to address too about the Giants. So many content creators that I associate with and are really good content creators are really pushing this scenario that the Giants that they can possibly trade for Kayvon Thibodeau. I don't see that happening because it's an interdivision trade. I mean, it doesn't happen very much for one. Something like that, I mean, you're going to trade away your best pass rusher to your divisional rival, somebody you're going to have your quarterback face twice a year, and somebody's going to be pissed off that you didn't pay him. Instead, you traded him away. I don't see it happening. So, and also Kayvon Thibodeau going to be up for a contract, so I don't see it happening. Well, Rick, you missed it on the press conference a little bit, cousin. Your hero was there. He came into the press conference. President Bill Clinton. He came into the press conference, and him and Jerry walked off together, man. So that was kind of cool. But yeah, it was kind of cool seeing that, because you just never know when you're watching a Cowboys press conference, what's going to happen. I've watched him and my hero, Roger Staubach, show up, and it's been pretty cool. So, but anyway, I just don't see someone making a trade like that to your division for a player of that magnitude. So, Kayvon Thibodeau had his worst year last year. Does not mean he'll do that again this year. But I mean, the Giants just traded away Lawrence for and got a first round pick got the number 10 pick in the draft. I don't know what the hell that GM of Cincinnati is smoking, man, but Jesus Christ. He's got to get the goofy tune for that. I mean, I just kind of feel bad for Joe Burrow, man. I really do. I really do, man. There's just no way you're building something, and then I mean, the Giants, they're happy as hell. They got 2 first round picks right now in the first 10 picks, so they're sitting good. I did some content. I think they're going to go offense defense. I think they want to build their lineup, but I had them taking Carnell Tate at 5. So, but they could easily step up and take a offensive lineman because their offensive line is shit. So, but also their secondary is shit. So, that's a interesting scenario there. But I still say they go offense defense, man. So. The Eagles, that's another one right there. Now, I feel so bad for the Eagles.
Kiss my entire ass.
I'm so sorry, you Eagles fans. I'm so sorry. It's your quarterback. I'm sorry. It's your quarterback, man. He will not throw into tight windows. And now you're letting go of one of the best wide receivers in the game? Man, come on. That just does not make sense to me. But when you look at the film on Jalen Hurts, man, and I've had so many, I'm on TikTok a lot, and boy, them Eagles fans out there, man, they're all over the place. And they come at me so damn hard, and I come right back. Because at the beginning of the season, I had this knucklehead on there. He was holding this big old live, prove me wrong. How Jalen Hurts is the top 5 quarterback. Well, my buddy Spartan stepped up and proved him wrong. And only that, he proved him with game film. It was funny. And what we started seeing is Jalen Hurts is a one-look, one-run quarterback. And that's just facts. And that's why Anthony Brown wants out. A.J. Brown. That's why he wants out. Because he won't throw in the tight windows. Okay. one of my favorite content creators is about ready to go live, so I'm probably going to get off here and go watch him for a minute. But I wanted to come on and really do a warm up. I'm going to be live tomorrow night during the draft, like I did last year. Only this year I'm going to be doing a little bit different. So they're talking about the possibilities of a trade up for the Cowboys. So many people are talking that he's going to trade up. They're going to try to trade up the 3rd and get Arvell Reese. Let's just face it, man. That's not going to happen. It's not.
Oh, hell no.
That's not going to happen. You'd have to give up your first. You'd have to give up your 12 and your 20 to do that, for one. And for two, if you're going to do that, why not go after Myles Garrett, or like I say, I'm not giving up that for Max Crosby. The Cowboys wasn't going to give up that when he had a clean damn bill of health, man. So, but I still think the Cowboys could really work that number 20 pick and go after Max. I mean, that's me. And I've been on that since last October. I've just not let up because they've been interested in him since October, and I know that for a fact. They've said it. They was trying to get him back in October, and then they settled for. They pivoted to Williams. So, yeah, we got Quentin Williams now. We got Kenny Clark now. On that, if they're in the middle of that line, slap motherfucking Crosby on there with Rashawn Gary. Let's rock, man. We'd have our pass rush. We'd have our inside run stopper. And let's not forget, if the Cowboys, I'm hoping if they trade up number 6, they're going after Sonny Styles, and then they're going to go for their linebacker. If they don't get their linebackers, I'm just about sure they want a pass rusher and a linebacker. Now, I got them taken in my mock draft. I know it probably sounds crazy, but I got them at 12 taking Ruben Bay and at 20 taking Dylan Thieneman, man. So, and Dylan Thieneman, I think, is the guy that they're really looking at 20 because he fits the what they call that hybrid type player. And his 4.3 speed sideline to sideline is absolutely real. You can go see the film, man. He is and he's like what Jeff Heath was, only he will cover you and he can hit you like Jeff Heath, man. So I really like at 20 to go after Dylan Thieneman because even though we need a linebacker, because if we don't end up with a linebacker, I still think they're going to make some kind of trade with the Dolphins and try to get Brooks in here. I mean, just like they did last year with Pickens. I mean, I was team weapons in last year's draft so bad. I was set on Tet McMillan so bad. That's who I thought we was going to end up with. Well, he ended up going, quite a bit before, and then the Cowboys, which pivoted to Booker, and then they, from their own words, they were really interested in Tet McMillan. So I was all about team weapons, but I had no idea what was going on behind the scenes. I'm just guessing this year because of all the talks about Alice Shear from Texans and Brooks from Miami. That's something they would pivot to. So that would get me our linebacker, and we'd have a decent. I still say trade that son of a bitch for a fucking veteran war daddy, man. So I do, but it is what it is. We're gonna make our splash in the draft, so we're gonna make our splash in the draft. But anyway, I'm going to be signing off. I came on for a little while. I wanted to talk about that press conference today. I just think need to sit back and relax a little bit. Pickens is here, but I didn't, from the get-go, I didn't think he'd be here no longer than really 2 years because Cowboys, when they go to pay their players, if you notice, it's always the players that they draft, not players they pick up out of free agency or about trades. When they traded for Amari Cooper, he was here a couple of years, made up some kind of dumbass shit that they couldn't afford him moving forward, but it was really because of COVID and the damn Fauci ouchie, should we say, and he didn't want to do it. And Jerry's like, hey, we're America's team. You got to represent America, blah, blah, blah. And he didn't do it, so that's what happened. They had a downfall, and Jerry traded him away. And what he traded him for, man, was like a box of peanuts and a Cracker Jack or some shit. It was pretty stupid, but that's how that went down. But again, Mari was not drafted by the Cowboys, and that's where the Cowboys give their money to, is the guys that they have drafted. So that's just the way it's been for a long, long time. So, well, anyway, I appreciate you all coming in. Please hit that like button, hit that share button, and go subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to get my algorithm, because building that damn channel is hard. I've got a pretty good following on so far on TikTok and Facebook. I've been on Facebook for several years, so I got a lot of friends. But so now I'm running on all three platforms, and it's kind of cool. So anyway, hit that like button, hit that share button, and I will see you next time. And until then, we are still them boys. Have a good one, y'all. Stay calm, Cowboy fans.